Do you feel like you're stuck or find yourself attracting the same type of relationships and negative experiences, or just not manifesting what you want in life? Welcome to Heal Your Story. I'm your host, Heidi. Here we discuss all things life, love, relationships, the relationship with yourself, and the stories we tell about ourselves and others. I help people get out of their busy heads and get back in touch with their heart space to learn self-love and help heal their story. I'm a heart space and relational coach, a holistic health practitioner, and author at HeidiDelaire.com and LoveWideOpen.com. Let's go hold some heart space together.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 96. Listen, I got a lot of response around my Instagram video about the two things to actually focus on to create happiness in your life. And what that did for me is I got a lot of response, and people were talking about the things that are actually making them unhappy in life. So I would like to respond to that with 6 habits that prevent happiness. While there are a lot of habits that will help to bring happiness into your life, there are also plenty of habits that will chase your happiness away. Some of the things we do each day make it very unlikely that we'll experience happiness. You're probably doing at least a couple of these things and never considered the negative impact that they could have on your life. So, avoid these habits that can rob you of your happiness. And maybe not necessarily avoid, but work on these habits that rob you of your happiness. 1, unnecessary spending. I know, weird, right, that I would lead with this, but unnecessary spending. One of the greatest stressors in life is financial issues. Happiness is harder to find when you're up to your freaking eyeballs in debt. General financial pressure is one of the greatest causes of misery and relationship breakups. Clutter is another barrier to happiness related to spending. And when you spend too much, you have too much stuff. It's always in the way and serves as a constant reminder that you spent more than you should have. So think about the reward you gain by spending and find a less destructive way to accomplish the same thing. If you want to make happiness a real possibility in your life, keep your spending under control. I understand you really love your Starbucks every day on your way to work, or it could be something else you really love. But if you make your coffee at home and put it in a to-go cup, you're going to save about $20 to $25 a week. That's $1,300 a year. It all adds up. What would you do with an extra $1,300? Hold that thought. All right, second habit to get rid of. Postponing your life. We're always waiting for something to happen before taking action. Whether it's waiting for the first of the month to start a diet, or waiting for the kids to leave the home before starting an online business, we always have an excuse to wait. It's never the right time. Well, there will never be a perfect time to take that big step. Manage your circumstances as well as possible and get started today. Time is the one thing none of us can ever get back. When we keep everything on the wait list, we really do run out of time for the things that drive our passions. Number 3, blaming others for our challenges. When you blame others, you lose control. It's not easy to accept responsibility for all of the unpleasant things in your life. But what other choice do you actually have? No one else is going to fix it for you. No one but you. Even if you've been used and abused, you're still responsible for dealing with the aftermath. Accept the challenge and move forward. Only you can make your life what you want it to be. I talked a lot about this in the previous episode, episode 95. You can refer back. Number 4, not staying grounded in the present. Most people have a bad habit of dwelling on past mistakes and tragedies and worrying anxiously over the future. First of all, the past is over, so leave it there. I know, hard to do, but you can work on it. And thinking too far into the future just keeps us anxiety-ridden. Good choices today, in the moment, eliminate most future challenges. Focus on making the most of today, and the future will take care of itself. Ask yourself, what can I do today to help myself? Pay attention to your thoughts for an entire day. Notice how much time you spend thinking about the past or the future. Think about how that impacts your effectiveness and your happiness. Number 5, holding a grudge. If someone has wronged you, you might be making a very good decision by not trusting that person again. However, holding on to the animosity is completely pointless. You'll just make yourself unhappy and less effective. Once it's over, learn what you can from it and forge ahead. There's a lot more on this point that we could go into for like a whole nother episode, and I'll save that for another episode at some other time. Number 6, focusing on challenges instead of solutions. You know, it's easy to feel overwhelmed if you focus on the unpleasant things in your life. Rather than do that, spend your time, energy, and focus on finding a way to make things better. You'll feel better and be much more successful. Like, how can I make a shift that makes this better for me right now? It's easier to be happy if you stop doing the things that cause you unhappiness. And that takes awareness for you to look in on your life and be like, whoa, look at all these things that I'm doing that cause me unhappiness. So take a moment, take a breath in your life and what's going on around you. Look in. What's causing you unhappiness? Stop doing those things. We all pick up some bad habits along the way. Every single one of us. The important thing is to recognize them and eliminate them. Allow yourself to be happy by letting go of your anti-happiness habits. You'll find that happiness isn't as challenging to achieve as you thought. And if you want to make it really simple for yourself, focus on the meaningful things in your life. Focus on creating meaningful experiences and take part in meaningful activities that you enjoy or want to do. Focus on nourishing, cultivating, and expanding meaningful relationships. And yep, that includes the one with yourself. If you focus on these 2 things, creating meaningful experiences and creating and nourishing meaningful relationships, I'm pretty sure happiness will just take care of itself. If you're having a tough time creating happiness for yourself, I would love to help. Go on over to HeidiDelaire.com. Check out what's there. See if Heart Space sessions might be right for you. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Heal Your Story. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find me, my coaching services, my book, or book a Heal Your Story strategy session at HeidiDelaire.com. For other self-development articles, go to LoveWideOpen.com. And you can also follow me at Heidi Delaire or Love Wide Open on all social media channels. Thanks so much. Sending lots of love.